So Jack, as comebacks go, that was a pretty decent one. Must have been a very sweet moment, but you're not going to want too many more comebacks, are you?
No, hopefully that's the last one. Said it before, but yeah, it was a tough 11 months, 11 and a half months. But yeah, it was all made worthwhile. 90 minutes back at Fratton Park is exactly what I wanted. So topped off with a win and through to the next round. So yeah, it was a good comeback.
Did this rehabilitation period, did it differ from the other two in any way?
Yeah, massively. It's just working it out a minute ago. I think it's two and a half years I've spent in the treatment room. And it's not what anyone wants to do. I think the first one was just shy of 9 months, and then I had 5 months which went a bit of a breeze really, and then the last one was just stop-start for me and found it tough early stages. It was the first time through rehab. I'd been in a brace for 3 months without being able to straighten my leg. I was on crutches for 4 months, and there wasn't really like an out for me. So I was looking for other things to do, and as it's been released today, I wasn't doing the right things that I should have been doing, and a bit immature, naive of myself to do, but overcome it with support of good people around me. And wouldn't say the drinking was excessive of being bad, but it was out of character for me to do in the first place. And the gambling on horses and stuff was something I've never done, not in my nature. So to do that at all was wrong, and something that I noticed straight away. And opened up to family, my missus, and I spoke to the club, and we got in touch with the PFA and spoke with them. So it was a quick change of events from being in a place that I didn't want to be to come out on the other side, which everyone's always happier when they're playing football and doing something they love doing. So it's obviously behind me now, and something I can put behind me and openly talk about, and not be embarrassed of what happened. It's not a nice place to be when some people are there, and to come out of it on the other end is really pleasing.
That was quite early on in your rehabilitation.
Yeah, it was. At home we've got a 3-story house. We had to move a bed down into the bottom room. So I was down there I'd come in here an hour a day, so I was in that bottom room for 23 hours of a day. My missus set up a table in the garage so I can hop in on crutches and have some food in there with her. But 23 hours of a day in one room can be quite draining for someone. So it took its toll on me, and I was in a dark place, and somewhere that no one really wants to be, but there's ways out of it, and it's quite nice to be able to talk about it, be confident to talk about it now, and help people out if they're going through that situation, because being injured isn't a nice place to be at all.
So was it more privately done than publicly?
Yeah, it was. I spoke to Ash Emerson, the player liaison officer here, and she just got me a number straight away. I called a bloke down at the PFA, and within a week I was down speaking to him, and just one conversation just felt like the weight of the world off your shoulders. It was the same with my family. As soon as I spoke with them, it was the same thing, just a weight off my shoulders, and you feel a lot better for it.
When did you get to that point then?
Probably just talk to my missus about it really. She just asked me honestly if I had been, and I just said yeah. Like it wasn't something I wanted to hide anymore. It wasn't something that I wanted to be doing. So it's just easy to be able to talk about it and get off my chest straight away. And
just finally on that, what period were you talking about? So how long?
It was about a month. Yeah, it wasn't a long time, but it was something so out of character for me to be doing. It's never anything that I've ever really done. So for me to do that, it was out of character, and my missus saw it straight away. My family did. They knew me. They know me better than anyone. So them not. So they just spoke to me, and just opened up, and it was something. As a boy, as a young boy, it's hard to put an ego to the side and say that you probably do need a bit of help. So it was something that was, people say a brave decision, but it wasn't. It was just a decision I needed to make to be able to move forward with, 1, myself, and 2, my rehab. It probably would have hindered my rehab carrying on what I was doing. So it was a decision that I needed to make to better myself.
Yeah, you'd have thought rehab periods get easier as they go on, but obviously not.
No, I think you speak to anyone who's been injured for a short spell or a long spell, they never get easier. And, you know, it's always, you've got to have a good relationship with the physios, the staff, the boys. And that was something that was really lucky that I do have. I do have a good relationship with the boys, and the physio has been brilliant with me from start to finish. So, yeah, you've got to have those relationships, but it's still, you don't want to be in a gym and, you know, you don't want to be laid in a hospital bed and stuff like that. You don't want that. So you want to be playing, and when that gets taken away from you, it is mentally draining.
Now you've got that first match out of the way now, so everything looking forward. Have you still got to watch that a bit? Are people still looking after you?
Yeah, of course. It's, you know, we monitor training now, and gym programs, a very strict gym program that we follow, and something that I'll probably have to do for the rest of my career now. So it's not anything that's gonna set me back or anything. It's just a case of monitoring what I do, and when I do stuff, my recovery is really important now. So, you know, we sit down with the physio, the strength and conditioning coach, and the manager, and we all go through a program what we think is best for me. And, you know, we did that at Plymouth when we played last week, was it? Yeah, last week. And, you know, we followed the program that week, and I was fine come Saturday. So we followed it again this week, and I think that would just be the case for me now.
Because you had a training match here, you had the game against Plymouth, but not a lot of preparation really, is it, for what was to come?
No, we did the training game here, and my knee got a bit of swelling in it. So we did the first thing was just stay off it a little bit, speak to the surgeon. Had it re-scanned just to make sure there was nothing shown. It just reacted to playing a game again. So we stayed off it and did the right thing, whereas before probably just would have carried on. So it was good one from the physios to pull me out, and one for myself to say, like, yeah, it doesn't feel right, it's swelling, it shouldn't be swelling. So, you know, we stepped out for, I think it was 2 weeks. So we've done every step that we possibly can do right. So hopefully it gives me every opportunity now to stay fully fit.
Now you're 24 years old.
23.
23, are you? Sorry, I put a year on you.
Yeah.
But you still come into a pivotal part of your career. You're no longer that young lad with long, curly, fair hair. Do you feel that it's getting to a crucial stage for you to push on? Yeah,
I've missed, like I said, 2.5 years of football. So I need to make up for that now. And with doing the right steps that we do with the physios and stuff, it's important to try and kick on and play as many games as possible now.
And you feel you're in a position to do that now?
Yeah, I feel trust the knee, trust physios and the surgeon, the manager's opinion on when I should play and when I shouldn't. I trust that, and I feel ready to play whenever.
You looked the other night as if you'd never been away. How did it go for you? How did it feel?
Felt confident. That's the thing you got to do. You just got to stay relaxed. It's another game. It doesn't matter if you've been out a week, 11 months. Doesn't matter. You've just got to stick to what you know and the basics of football, really. And that's something I try to do, and just enjoyed the moment, really. And I think that's what helped me through it. I was just enjoying every minute of it.
And you come back into the side at almost the business part of the season, where there's so much going on, and you're one game from Wembley, and you know, still in the FA Cup and a promotion push.
That was what we spoke about press after the game. I missed that game last year, the Wembley one, so it'd be nice to be able to do that trip this year again, and hopefully be involved in it a bit more than what I was last year. But the main focus is probably the league and getting promoted there. So the boys have put us in a fantastic position, really. Joint on points for playoffs, and you know, not too far away from automatic. So you got to fancy us to finish the season strong, and you know where it could take us. We started well last year and dipped off, and this year it's the other way around. We're kicking towards the end of the season, which is probably what you want to do. You want to be a dark horse going in. So yeah, the boys have done really well, and hopefully I can add just a little bit more to it.
Do you plan to meet up with Connor at any stage on Saturday?
I will have a chat. Of course we will. I've known Connor since we were proper kids. So yeah, I'll have a chat with him. But you know, if I play and he plays, then we won't talk too much during the game. But yeah, we'll have a chat before or after. So yeah, it'd be nice to see him. Now,
as you said, you've had your dark moments, but now life is looking a lot better. And tell us about the great thing that's going to happen very soon.
Yeah, no, just found out a couple weeks ago, Mrs. expecting a baby. So find out the gender next week, and yeah, it's just really exciting times.
As I said, whatever happened to that young lad with those long, fair, curly hair and curls?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, time to grow up now, I think, which I don't know if I'm ready to do, but I might have to.
Well, listen, mate, we're very glad you're over the worst, but maybe now the best is to come.
Thank you. Cheers.